G'day everyone, welcome back to Nat's Knackers Yard. This will be my Knackers Yard again, and the reason I say again is I've just lost a shitload of footage from this morning, which really pissed me off. I'm not going to undo stuff to redo it to film. This is a hobby, not a video. Not a professional shebang. But I'll recover what I've done. I've got my caps on. I mean, they're not great, you know, they're black. They're better than they were. They won't rust now, which is why I painted them black, but they're on. I was literally about to put the last one on, and somehow, still don't quite work out how I've managed to delete the lot. I have made my little inserts, so that is my alley sheets. I've done it in the most rudimentary way, which was, that was my cutout that I made up. I made one like that out of alley to see if I could, and it took forever, so I then bolted 3 together and did it in a oneer. Cut them roughly to that shape. I didn't film any of this because it was like bits and pieces in the evenings, but I made them roughly to shape, you know, in a pack of 3, and then just basically trimmed each one to fit. So they're all in. They're not perfect, but frankly they just need to cover the gap, so you know, they'll do. You know, there is a tiny gap around the edge there, but it doesn't allow the air to get through because you can see there is a lip, so you know it covers the hole. I don't even know if this is going to stop the revving issue. Yeah, so I'm now pulling it all back together. Once I pulled it back together, my new air jets are there. They're 115s air jets, sorry, main jets, as opposed to the 120s that were in it before, which should bring it down a little bit. Need to do the air fuel screws as well, and I'll do all of that and get the carb back together fundamentally. Catch you in a bit. Right, so there we go, that's the carb on. So it's actually the next day. I got tied up with other shit yesterday. That's the carb on, looking quite smart. Whether or not it works, we shall see. Now for reference, the air fuel screws, or fuel screws because it's fuel engine side rather than air side, I suppose, they're all set at 2.5, which is, you know, according to the book, the standard. I've rejetted it to 115 from 120, and we'll see what happens. Carbs are completely dry, so I'm going to have to prime the bowls to start with to a degree. Yeah, what else has got on? I got bored yesterday evening and realised I'm slightly OCD. I'm not. I know everyone says that, but in a previous upload I sorted my number 2 vice over there. It was annoying me, my other one didn't match, so my mini one is now mingingly green as well. I don't know why I did it. Yeah, I got bored. Anyway, it's quite cool. I spun it round to the side so it's getting in the way a bit as well. Anyway, let's get this fueled up. I've just gone out and got some fresh fuel. We'll see if it makes any difference at all. It's going to be a bastard to start because the carbs are dry, but we shall see. Let's get it set up and I get some fuel in. Bit of fuel in. I've chucked it on prime for a couple of seconds. I want to flood them. See how we get on. I think I'll get the old quick start to hand because I get a strange feeling I'm going to be needing it somehow. Quick start to hand. Filters are behind me, just in case I get anywhere at all. This is the point where I'd forgotten that while I had the carbs off, pissing around with them, I did try just starting it from fluid straight down the spouts with no joy. So what happened? The bike just went ape shit to burn that all off. really rudimentary restricting airflow. Just banged a load of masking tape over the top of my nice expensive pods. See if that makes any difference to the price of fish. They're obviously not that well secured. Right, there's only one way to resolve this really, isn't there? And that's what I've done. Put the airbox back on. I've got to give this a go. I've got to see if, I mean, it could well be exactly that. And just move the gas electrics out of the way. See if I can zoom in. Yeah, you're struggling to see. There is a tiny, what, 50mm by 2mm slot that's the intake. It then goes through the filter paper and in. That is way less than I've been given it. Let me make some space for you. I'm a bit restricted because I've had to plug it in because that took fucking ages to do. It really did. Bastard thing turned off on me. Yeah, saying to get the airbox in, obviously it carbs out, boots out, starter motor out as well, just to give you enough like wiggle and bend space to get the fucking thing round. Now I have done this, but the camera was off. It is better. That filter in there is filthy. I'll come and show you it too actually. Right, so there we go, there's a better view actually. So that tiny little section there is the air intake. That's the state of the filter, which is pretty horrendous. So realistically, oh, come out, you bastard. Now that's where the air is coming through the airbox and then into the carbs. So you know there's quite a drastic difference between what it's designed to have and what I've had it having. I'm not convinced I've got that clipped in properly. I'm just going to try and put it back on again. Try and make sure that got that pushed in correctly. Yeah, let's give that a whack. Right, bit of a better placement of the filter. See if it makes any difference. vacuum, sorry, that's the word I was looking for. Isn't particularly playing. Let's have a look at that. I'll jump you back in. Right, so I've flipped that filter. I've made sure it's in properly because I wasn't sure. As sure as I can be now. Now I have some decent consistency, I might try for a quick balance. I think I'll just reacquaint myself on where all the screws are. Right, okay, so I'm going to do 1 and 2, then 3 and 4, then the 2 banks together. Hopefully, all being well. Juddering more, but I don't have the filter restrictors. Right, that'll have to do me. I think I run out of energy as much as anything else. Right, stop take. That leak from the stator is now fixed. Yes, happy with that. That carb is still confusing me because it's balanced, just it wasn't actually that far out. I think fairly undoubtedly it runs better on the box, but it's still got an idle problem, and going back to the airbox hasn't cured it. It's made it better, but it hasn't cured it, and I don't know why. Answer on a postcard, chapesses. Yeah, so on the bonus side, it's not chucking oil everywhere anymore. I've still got a high idle problem, so suggestions please, people. I think I've pretty much ruled out air, brackets too much, or too little. I'm going to take this tape, all these pods while I remember it, because they're expensive. I don't want to trash them. Yeah, it's better with more restriction than these pods give. It's kind of trashed my design ideas if I need to use the box, but frankly, design ideas are ideas. I may have to cover the back and go for the box. I don't know. I could just try and restrict these pods a bit more. going to be tricky, but I'm sure there's a way. I have rolled up bits of metal inside them before, but I'm always concerned about them getting sucked into the engine. Or sucked into the engine, sucked into the carb. Just bite the bullet and get a carb rebuild kit. I'm not convinced that there's anything in there drastic that needs it, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm confused. I'm confused. A few of you guys were mentioning about the diaphragms being quite stretched. Yeah. They are, and it could be that. But would that affect the idle? I think that would just affect when you give it beans. Top end's fine, you know, the revs are fine. It's responding really well to that. I mean, it has got the wrong jet in it for the idle. It's still got a 40 in there. Now, when I was on pods and this exhaust, I went 2 up and I was going to do a 42, but actually 41. Wonder if that'll do it, because it doesn't use the main jet until you're, what is it, over a third throttle, and it's that idle piece that it's struggling with. Sounds dirty, but it's not. It's clean in there. Well, it's not clean. Don't know. Answer on a postcard, people. That'll do me for another one. It's a gorgeous sunny day. Need to take the dog out for a walk. I'll catch you later on. Ta-da.